a new chapter from NCERT of class 11th physical world. So in this chapter we will learn about what we will read in class 11th and in class 12th. So we have already write something on the board. So what is this? So it is the 15th century text written in Greek. So we write here the 15th century text. So what is the meaning of it? This text means nature, and also said the physics word is derived from this word, this text. That means the NCERT asked the first question, what is the physics? So physics is what? Physics is nature. So what is physics? So physics is nature, which gives the laws of the physical world and basic laws of nature. So what is the physics? Physics is nature, and which is based on the laws of the physical world. And after that we can say say that basic laws of the nature. So the which describe the basic laws of the nature are known as the physics. So what is physics? So physics is a nature which describe the physical world. And how we explain that what is the physics? The rotating of the fan, the volcano eruption, and the boiling of the water, and the running on the road, and car moving, and various type of various other type phenomena which we see around us. So all these are known as the physics. So what is the physics? So physics is nature, and that's why the physics is known as the king of the all branches, and while as the maths is known as the queen of the all branches, because by the help of the physics we can derive and we can describe the various type of the phenomena of the physical world. So what is the physics? Physics is nature. Now if we talk about the what is the basic principle of the physics, so mainly two type of the basic principle of the physics. So we write here the basic principle of the physics. So mainly two basic principle of the physics. First one is the unification, and second one is the reductionism. So what is the unification and what is the reductionism? So unification means unit means single. That means we describe the various type of the phenomena and the laws with the help of the only one laws. So that is known as the unification. And if we talk about the unification, some examples of the unification. Now if we take the here moon rotation, and pendulum swing, and after that apple falling. These are all the examples described with a single law, that is known as the law of gravity. That's why, so this is known as the unification. Unification means these all the phenomena is described by a single law of gravity. So that is known as the unification. And if we talk about some more examples of the unification, so Lenz law, which we will read in magnetism. And if we talk about the Kirchhoff's law, because the Kirchhoff given the mainly two laws, first law and the second law. So here we talk about the Kirchhoff's second law, KPL. So Kirchhoff's law, which we will read in electricity. And after that, if we talk about the calorimetry principle, and Bernoulli's principle. This that's we read in first year, Bernoulli's principle, which we read in fluids. So these all type of law is described by a single law, that is known as the law of conservation of energy. So these all type of the law is described by a single law, that is known as the law of conservation of energy. So that is known as the unification. Now a scientist known as the Stephen Hawking, and he said that these all laws which is given by the scientists are the best, and we give our new laws by which we can describe the everything. And he also gave a laws that is known as the, and he also write a book, and the book name is The Thing of. What is the name of the book? So we write here. What is the name of the book? The Theory of Everything, which is written by Stephen Hawking. What Stephen Hawking said? Stephen Hawking said that the all the laws which is given by the scientists are the best, and we give to the world a single laws by which we can describe the everything. And he also invented the second law of thermodynamics, and he gave the second law of the thermodynamics by which we can describe the various type of the things. So that is known as the unification. And if we talk about one more example, and we take one examples of the scientist. So if we talk about the Maxwell's equation. So Maxwell's given the mainly 4 equations by which we cover the whole electrostatics, electromagnetics, and electromagnetic induction and electromagnetic wave. So the scientist name we write here, Maxwell. He gave the mainly 4 equation of electromagnetism, in which we cover the whole electrostatic and electrodynamic and magnetism or electromagnetic induction. And now last one is the electromagnetic wave. So Maxwell gives the 4 equations in which we cover all the electrostatic, all the electrodynamics and magnetism and electromagnetic wave. So these are the examples of the unification. So what is the unification? So unification means by a single law we can describe the various type of the phenomena, or we can say the various type of the laws by a single laws. So this that is known as the unification. And if we talk about the reductionism, so what is the reductionism? So reductionism means to break a complex problem into a simple part and then solve the simple parts. That is known as the reductionism. So if we write here the definition of the reductionism, so what is the reductionism? So we write here the reductionism. So what is the reductionism? Reductionism means to break a complex problem into a small part, and then solve the small part. That is known as the reductionism. So now if we talk about the examples of the reductionism, so if we consider a bullet and the bullet strike on a wooden block and after that it strike on a pendulum and then the pendulum raise a certain height, we consider s. Then if we want to find out what is the height of the pendulum, then what we will do, we solve that question in a mainly three parts. Firstly, we see here when the bullet start for the striking in the block, then the bullet has the momentum, and after that when the strike on the bullet, then the collision becomes, and after that when the bullet strike on a pendulum, then another collision, that means the second collision becomes. So we solve these problems in a single different part, in a small part, and then we solve that problem. So that is known as the reductionism. So what is the reductionism? So reductionism means to solve a complex problem into a simple part. That is known as the reductionism. And if we talk about the mainly scope of the physics, so if we talk about the scope of the physics, or we can say that what is the limit of the physics, which we learned in mainly 2 years. So we write here scope of the physics. Scope of the physics. So what is the scope of the physics? So if we talk about the scope of the physics, so physics is mainly categorized into the two parts. First one is the macroscopic and second one is the microscopic. And microscopic is also known as the classical physics. And microscopic physics is also known as the quantum physics, which is coming later on. Quantum physics. Okay, so mainly physics is categorized into the two parts. First one is the macroscopic, or we can say the classical physics, and second one is the microscopic, or we can say the quantum physics. So to categorize the physics into the two parts, is it important? So yes, it is important. Why it is important? So if we talk about we see a moon from the earth, then we see said that the moon is stationary, and if we talk about the electron, then the electron is revolving here and there, because electron shows the particle as well as the wave nature. So it is very important to analyze the different things into the different parts. So in this part we study the big phenomena in the macroscopic and the small phenomena in microscopic, or we can say the quantum physics. And if we talk about the microscopic or the classical physics, so classical physics is also categorized into the four parts. So first one is the mechanics, second one is the magnetism, and third one is the magnetism and thermodynamics, thermodynamic, and which we will read in second year. And if we talk about the quantum physics, so quantum physics is also known as the modern physics. Modern physics. Okay. So the microscopic or classical physics is also categorized into the four parts. First one is the mechanics, magnetism, thermodynamics, and optics. So if we talk about the mechanism, so what we will read in mechanics. So now suppose how the car is moving. So we will discuss in the mechanics, car moving and friction and flotation and sound wave and rocket propulsion and various type of the other phenomena which we will discuss in the mechanics. So how the car is moving, how the friction is acts on the two contact between of the surfaces of the body, and flotation, what is the flotation, what is the sound wave, how the sound wave works, and what is the rocket propulsion. So we will discuss in mechanics. If we talk about the magnetism, so in magnetism, what is the charge and what is the field and what is the current and what is the AC and what is the DC and what is the magnet. So we will discuss these type of the things in the magnetism. And if we talk about the thermodynamics, so thermodynamics mainly we learn about the laws of the thermodynamics. So mainly two laws of the thermodynamics, and after that what is the heat and what is the temperature, and after that heat and how the air conditioner work, and how the refrigerator work, and what is the heat engine. So we will discuss in the thermodynamics. And if we talk about the optics, so in optics we will discuss about the what is the light, is light wave or particle. So we will discuss in this optics. And after that what is the mirror, what is the lenses, and how the microscope work, and how the telescope work. So we will learn in the optics. So these are the mainly four categorization of the microscopic, classical, or we can say the classical physics. And if we talk about the modern physics, so in modern physics we will learn about what is the atom, and nucleus and X-rays and semiconductor. So we will discuss in the modern physics. So these are the categorization which we will read in 2 years in the in first year and second year also. So these are the scope of the physics. First one is the microscopic, and that is known as the classical physics, and next one is the microscopic, or also known as the quantum physics. And these are also categorized into the four parts: mechanics, magnetism, thermodynamics, and the optics. So in mechanics we will learn about how the car is moving, what is the friction, flotation, sound wave, rocket propulsion. And in magnetism, what is the charge, field, current, AC and DC, and magnet. And after that the thermodynamics, laws of the thermodynamics, what is the heat, temperature, air conditioner, refrigerator, and heat engine. And after that the optics, so what is the light, wave, mirrors, lenses, and the microscope and the telescope. And after that the modern physics, what is the atoms, nucleus, X-rays, and the semiconductors. So these are the scope of the physics. Now if we talk about the how the technology related to the society. So if society needs uh, the need of the society increases, then the technology is also increases. Now, if we take a simple examples, when the steam engine invented, at that time the efficiency of the steam engines becomes very low. So to increase the efficiency of the steam engine, for the society developed a new branch of the physics known as the thermodynamics, and in which we invented the heat engine. So we can say that if the society needs, so the technology is also developed according to the need of the society. Now, if we talk about the we can say the technology increases, then it is very helpful for the society. Now, we take a simple examples, the invention of the semiconductor such as diode or transistor, due to which developed the various type of the laptop, LED TV, mobile, and various type of the other things. So that means we can say that society and technology is interdependent to each other. And after that we will discuss about the mainly fundamental forces of the physics. So mainly 4 fundamental forces we will discuss here. So mainly 4 types of the force we will learn, and all type of the force will cover in this type of the force. So first one is the gravitation force, or we can say the gravitational force, and after that magnetic force, and after that strong nuclear force, and now the next one is the weak nuclear force. So all these type of the force will cover in 4 type of the forces, which we write on the board. Now we compare this type of the force. So gravitational force is the long range force, and what is the range of this type of the force? That means the infinite range. And after that, if we talk about the gravitational force, so it is the weakest force in the universe. Okay. And magnetic force, so that means the same charges, that means the plus repel to each other, and plus minus attract to each other. And it is, if we talk about the range of this type of the force, so the range of the force is infinite range. Now if we talk about the magnetic force, so same charges, that means the plus repel to each other, and opposite charges attract to each other. And if we talk about the range of the magnetic force, so range of the magnetic force is infinite. And after that, magnetic force does not require any medium. We write here, does not require any medium. And after that, if we talk about the magnetic force, so magnetic force is the one of the strongest force in the universe. Now next one is the strong nuclear force. So the force which will act between the nucleus are known as the nuclear force. That means the if we talk about the atom, so in atom proton remains inside the atom, and now the proton and proton repel to each other, and after that if we talk about and we write here the strong nuclear force does not depend on the charges. A strong nuclear force does not depend on the charges. That means what the proton and neutron does not depend on the strong nuclear force does not depend on the charges, and the force which will act between the nucleons, not we said that nucleons. So nucleons, that means the proton and proton attract to each other, and we talk about the nucleons, not neutrons, and proton and neutrons is also attract to each others. These are the nucleons. So the strong nuclear force does not depends on the charges, and it acts between the nucleons. And if we talk about the what is the range of the strong nuclear force, so the range of the strong nuclear force is 10 to power minus 15 meter ranges, and the weak nuclear force is act when the radioactive emission becomes, and the ranges of the 10 to power minus 15 meter range of the weak nuclear force. And after that we write here the radioactive emission. So when the radioactive emission becomes, then this type of the weak nuclear force acts, and this type of the force act between the neutrino, not neutron, and antineutrino. So there are mainly four types of the forces. First one is the gravitational force, magnetic force, and strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. And if we talk about the strength and if we talk about the which force is the strongest, so if the we write here the strongest force, so strong nuclear force is the strongest force of the universe. So we write here the strongest force of the universe. So we write here the strongness of the forces. So strong nuclear force, and after that magnetic force, and after that weak nuclear force, and after that gravitational force is the weakest force of the universe. This is the strongness of the forces. That means the strong nuclear force is the strongest force in all type of the force. And if we talk about the strong nuclear force, so we consider if strong nuclear force is 1, then the magnetic force will be 10 to power minus 2, and weak nuclear force will be 10 to power minus 13 ranges, and gravitational force becomes 10 to power minus 38. So these are the strongness of this type of the forces. So in this class we will cover that what is the physics, and after that we will cover basic principles of the physics, and after that we see that how the society is related to the technologies, and after that we will cover the mainly four types of the forces. So thanks for watching my video.